So today we are going to be going over Copilot. We'll go ahead and put in our prompt. I need an inventory app to manage stock of my pizza ingredients. And we can see Copilot's working on it. Here it is. It gives us 5 sample records. It named our table for us, pizza ingredient inventory. We have an ID, which every table is going to need. We have the name of our topping. It made a quantity, how much of this topping do we have in inventory, and then here's a unit of measurement for it. And then the cost, maybe it doesn't make the most sense, could be how much it costs to get that amount from the vendor. It actually made a type for it. I've done 1 or 2 of these run-throughs and it's never done that. For the most part, if you put in the same prompt, it'll be fairly consistent. In theory, you're gonna be doing this one time. So whatever it spits out, you can see here that it's pretty relevant. If you look down here, there's suggestions, different types of commands you can use. Let's say we want to add a new topping. Say add a row for pepperoni. 2 things to look out for. One, more obvious one is we want to see a record show up here. The second thing is I asked it to add a row for pepperoni. I didn't specify that pepperoni belonged in the name column. As for the name of the topping, Copilot kind of knew that. So you don't have to be super specific with it to get it to do what you want. Going to our next prompt, but we'll take it one step further and we will add 2 new toppings. Oh, it actually already had garlic. I think because it already had garlic, it just created a new table for me. We are going to take it from the top. Putting fairly similar results. The toppings are a little bit different. I guess we'll add our basil and garlic again. So added those, and now we want to add a new column. Add a column for the vendor of the topping. You could probably word this as just add a vendor column, and it would probably have the same outcome. We have our vendors. Let's demonstrate changing the name of a topping. Change the topping onion to, we'll just say bacon. So we went from onion to bacon, perfect. If you're working with a very large table, it'd probably make more sense just to go into the back end, which is going to be in Dataverse, by the way. Right now, I don't believe there's a way to store this in SharePoint. We are going to change the name of that vendor. Change the vendor of mushroom to fun guys. Get it? And here it did delete some rows, unfortunately. It has done that in my other test runs. Haven't quite figured out what triggers that because it kept everything else the same. It is frustrating to have your work deleted. We do see that it changed the vendor to fun guys. So what we were demonstrating here was we didn't specifically say change vendor 3 to fun guys. We said find the record for mushrooms and change the vendor to this. It's fairly simple logic, but again, you don't have to be super specific with it to get it to do what you want. We'll just run through a couple more prompts here. Make the unit column a choice. Now it's a choice field. We will change the name. And there it is. And without further ado, we will create our app. Oh, yep, this is the Power App that it makes. And if we go here into the data, we can see that the data is being stored in Dataverse and not SharePoint. We are now in the Power Apps developer space. We still have Copilot on the side here where we can modify the app, the same way we were modifying the table we were just working on. This is kind of the default layout that it has. I am not sure, to my knowledge, there isn't another layout. Like if we were, if we made a table for something else that wasn't similar to inventory, I think this is always what you're gonna get, which frankly, I think is pretty clean. We can edit toppings, fairly functional app. And that concludes our demo of Copilot and Power Apps. Thanks for watching.